The silent punishment, how walking away dismally a narcissist's wail. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about power. Your power, the power that has been stolen, drained, manipulated, and twisted against you. But today, we're taking it back. I want you to imagine for a moment a puppet master. He pulls the strings, makes the puppet dance, feeds off its movement, and enjoys the control. But what happens when the puppet stops dancing? What happens when the strings go slack? The puppet master stands there. That's exactly what happens when you walk away from a narcissist. See, a narcissist thrives on reaction. They provoke, they manipulate, they twist your emotions. Why? Because your reaction is their fuel. When you fight, when you explain, when you defend yourself, you're still engaged. But the moment you go silent, the moment you walk away, their entire world crumbles. Because without your energy, without your presence, without your validation, they are nothing. So today I want you to understand something. Your silence is not weakness. It is the loudest, most powerful punishment you can give to someone who feeds off your pain. It's not revenge, it's release. It's not about hurting them, it's about healing you. And I get it, walking away isn't easy. The mind games, the gaslighting, the guilt. They've conditioned you to believe you're nothing without them. But the truth is, they are nothing without you. When you choose yourself, when you reclaim your energy, when you break the chains, they are left to face the one thing they fear the most, themselves. So today I challenge you, stand up, take back your power, walk away in silence and watch how fast their world collapses. Because your peace is worth more than their chaos. Your freedom is greater than their control. And when you finally close that door, don't just walk away, run. Silence is power. There's something about silence that makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to sit with themselves, to hear their own thoughts, to face their own reality. A narcissist, they hate that. They need noise, chaos, attention, because without it, they're nothing. Your silence isn't just a lack of words. It's a declaration of power. Every time you argue with a narcissist, every time you try to explain yourself, every time you engage, you're feeding them, you're giving them energy, oxygen, life. But when you stop responding, it's like cutting off their air supply. They don't know what to do. They panic. They spiral. They lose control. Think about a fire. You can throw water on it, but sometimes that just makes the flames move in a different direction. But take away the oxygen, the fire dies. That's what silence does to a narcissist. It starves their ego. It strips them of their illusion of power. See, they've conditioned you to believe that if you don't respond, you're weak, that if you don't fight back, you're losing. But that's the biggest lie of all. The real strength, it's in restraint. It's in walking away and never looking back. It's in refusing to play a game that only benefits them. And here's the kicker. Your silence isn't just powerful, it's loud. It echoes in their mind. It forces them to wonder, to doubt, to question. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what's coming next. They thrive on controlling your emotions, but when you go silent, they're left in the dark. And trust me, the dark is their worst nightmare, because in the dark, they have to sit with themselves. And deep down, they don't even like who they are. That's why they need constant validation, constant admiration, constant attention. Without it, they crumble. So when you're tempted to respond, when you're tempted to defend yourself, remember this: your silence is more powerful than any comeback you could ever give, because it tells them one thing loud and clear. You are no longer available for their games. They want you to react. They want you to scream, cry, beg, explain. Because if you do, they win. But if you just stand there, unbothered, unmoved, uninterested, they start losing their grip. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. The moment they realize they can't control you anymore, they lose all power over you. That's why silence works. That's why walking away is the biggest weapon you have. Most people think strength is about fighting harder, arguing longer, proving a point. But real strength, it's about knowing when to stop wasting your energy. It's about knowing that your peace is more valuable than their drama. Every time you stay silent, you're telling the universe, I choose me. You're breaking free from the cycle. You're refusing to play a role in their distorted reality. And that is true power. So don't underestimate the power of silence. It's not avoidance. It's not giving up. It's a conscious choice to protect your energy, to reclaim your life, to let them deal with themselves while you move forward. Because at the end of the day, the one who speaks the loudest isn't always the strongest. Sometimes the one who says nothing at all is the one who has truly won. You are the source. Have you ever noticed how a narcissist drains you? It's like they hook into your energy, your emotions, your very essence. They take and take and take, and the moment you're empty, they move on or discard you. But here's what they don't want you to realize. You are the source. They don't have power on their own. They don't have confidence on their own. They don't have control on their own. Everything they project, everything they manipulate, everything they use, it all comes from you. Think about a parasite. It cannot survive on its own. It needs a host. It needs something to feed off. Without it, it dies. That's exactly how a narcissist operates. They attach to people who have light, who have energy, who have something they lack. And once you see this, once you truly understand that you are the source, you take back your power. But they don't want you to see this. They want you to believe that they are the powerful one, that you need them, that without them, you'll be lost. And that's the biggest illusion of all. The truth, they needed you more than you ever needed them. They saw your strength. They saw your kindness. They saw your ability to love, to heal, to inspire, and they latched on. But now you see the game. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you recognize your own worth, your own power, your own energy, you can't be manipulated anymore. They will try to guilt you, to make you feel selfish for walking away. But let me ask you, since when is protecting your peace selfish? Since when is refusing to be drained a crime? Since when is choosing wrong, wrong? You don't exist to fuel someone else's delusions. You don't exist to be someone else's emotional punching bag. You are here for you. You are here to thrive, to grow, to build, to create. And the moment you take your energy back, the moment you stop feeding the narcissist, you start to rise. And here's the best part. They can't stop you. They can try to smear you. They can try to manipulate others. They can try to rewrite the story. But it doesn't matter. Because once you reclaim your energy, once you realize you are the source, their power over you is gone. So if you take one thing away today, let it be this. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not dependent on them. They were dependent on you. And now you're free. Now you're untouchable. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. You don't need them to acknowledge what they did. You just need to recognize who you truly are. And once you do that, once you fully step into your power, there's no going back. Because the strongest version of you, the one who knows their worth, that version is unstoppable. That version is limitless. That version no longer plays small. And that is exactly why they feared losing you. Walking away is the ultimate punishment. Most people think punishment means fighting back. They think it means exposing the narcissist, calling them out, making them suffer. But the real punishment, the one they can't handle, it's you walking away and never looking back. The narcissist is like a magician. They create illusions. They make you believe you need them. They make you think they're powerful. But the moment you step back, the moment you see the trick for what it is, you stop being fooled. They don't just want you in their life. They need you in their life. Not because they love you, not because they care, but because without you, they have no one to control, no one to drain, no one to manipulate. And when you walk away, when you finally say enough, you dismantle their entire world. You shatter their illusion. You take away the one thing they fear losing the most, control. They will try everything to pull you back. They'll play the victim. They'll pretend to change. They'll make promises they'll never keep. But it's all a trap. Because the moment you give them another chance, they go right back to who they were. That's why walking away is the ultimate punishment. because it's final, because it means you've woken up, because it tells them, I see through you and I'm done. And here's the best part. They can't handle it. They'll act like they don't care. They'll pretend they're fine. But inside, they are unraveling because they don't know who they are without someone to manipulate. They will try to replace you. They'll move on fast. They'll flaunt their new supply like they're happier than ever. But it's just another illusion. Because no matter who they find, no matter what they do, they will never have the same control over you again. And that destroys them. That is the one thing they can never accept, that you got away, that you are free, that their game didn't work on you anymore. Walking away isn't about revenge. It's not about hurting them. It's about choosing yourself. It's about breaking free. It's about refusing to live in their world of chaos any longer. So when you finally walk away, don't hesitate. Don't second guess yourself. Don't give them one more chance. Because every time you go back, you teach them that they can get away with it. But when you leave and never return, that's when the real shift happens. That's when you reclaim your life. That's when you win. And that's why walking away isn't just the best decision, it's the only decision. They fear being alone. A narcissist will never tell you the truth, but I will. They are terrified of being alone. It's their biggest fear. It's their worst nightmare. Because when they're alone, there's no one left to distract them from who they really are. Everything they do, every manipulation, every lie, every game is designed to keep people around. Not because they care, not because they love, but because they need a constant audience. Think about it. Have you ever seen a narcissist sit in silence? Have you ever seen them enjoy their own company? No, because they can't. Because when they're alone, they have to face themselves. And that is something they can't handle. That's why they jump from relationship to relationship. That's why they surround themselves with people. That's why they create drama. Because as long as they're focused on others, they don't have to look in the mirror. But when you leave, when you walk away, you force them to do just that. You force them to sit with the very thing they've been running from their entire life, themselves. And here's the truth. A narcissist isn't who they pretend to be. Deep down, they don't like themselves. That's why they need constant validation. That's why they put others down. That's why they create false realities. Because the real one is too painful to face. But the moment they're alone, the moment the distractions are gone, the moment you walk away, they are left with nothing but their own emptiness. And they will do anything to avoid that feeling. They will try to pull you back. They will beg, plead, manipulate, but not because they love you, not because they miss you, because they miss the escape. They miss the distraction. They don't want to be alone, not because they need connection, but because they need a mirror. They need someone to reflect back to them the version of themselves they want to believe exists. And that's why leaving is so powerful, because when you remove yourself, you remove the illusion. You take away the mask they've been hiding behind. You force them to face what they've spent their entire life avoiding, their own emptiness. They will try to replace you. They will move on fast, but it won't work. Because no matter where they go, no matter who they find, the same emptiness follows. And the best part, that's not your problem anymore. You don't have to fix them. You don't have to heal them. You don't have to stay in their chaos. Let them fear being alone. Let them deal with themselves. You're free. You owe no explanation. One of the biggest traps a narcissist sets is making you feel like you owe them something. An explanation, a reason, a conversation. They make you believe that if you leave without justifying yourself, you're being unfair, immature, or even cruel. But let me tell you something. You owe them nothing. The moment you explain, you give them an opening. You give them a chance to twist your words, to manipulate your emotions, to drag you back into their web. That's why they demand explanations. It's not because they care. It's not because they want closure. It's because they want control. Think about all the times you've tried to explain yourself in the past. Did they listen? Did they truly hear you? No. They used your words against you. They twisted your intentions. They turned everything around until you were the one apologizing. That's why the best thing you can do is say nothing. Walk away. No long messages, no final conversations, no justifications. Just leave. Because when you explain, you're still playing their game. And when you stop explaining, the game is over. A narcissist thrives on your need to be understood. They know that you want to be seen, that you want them to finally acknowledge what they did. But here's the truth. They never will. They won't give you the closure you're looking for. Because if they do, they lose the last piece of control they have over you. So instead of giving them an explanation, give yourself freedom. Instead of trying to make them understand this: you deserve peace. You deserve to move on without defending your decision. You deserve to leave without permission. And let's be honest, they already know why you're leaving. They know what they did. They know how they treated you. They just want to pretend they don't so they can keep you stuck in their world. But you're done with that world. You're done justifying your pain. You're done explaining why you deserve better. You're done seeking understanding from someone who only wants to confuse you. And the only explanation you need is the one you give yourself. I'm leaving because I choose me. That's it. No more words, no more discussions, no more giving them access to your mind. Because when you stop explaining, they lose their grip. They don't know what to do. They can't fight back. They can't manipulate what you didn't say. And that drives them insane. So next time they ask, why are you leaving? Just smile, just walk away. Just let them sit in their confusion. Because the best response, the one that truly dismantles their world, is no response at all. Healing begins when you leave. You don't truly realize how much weight you've been carrying until you finally put it down. And when you walk away from a narcissist, that's exactly what happens. You start to feel the relief, the lightness, the freedom. That's when the real healing begins. For so long, you've been in survival mode, walking on eggshells, watching your words, managing their emotions. You've been drained, exhausted, stuck in a cycle where your needs never mattered. But now you get to rebuild. Now you get to put yourself first. At first, healing might feel strange. You might even miss them. And that's normal, because when someone takes up so much space in your mind, their absence feels unnatural. But don't mistake that feeling for love. It's not love, it's detox. You've been conditioned to crave their approval, to seek their validation, to doubt yourself without their input, but that's just the effect of manipulation. And now you break free from it. Healing isn't about waiting for them to apologize. It's not about hoping they change. It's not about getting revenge. It's about taking every ounce of energy you use to give them and pouring it back into yourself. And here's the truth. When you start healing, when you start growing, they will notice. They will feel it. They will sense the shift. Because for the first time, they are no longer in control of your emotions. That's why they might try to come back. That's why they might send that "I miss you" text. But remember, this isn't about them anymore. This is about you. This is about rebuilding yourself, regaining your confidence, rediscovering who you are. Every time you choose yourself, every time you set a boundary, every time you say no to their manipulation, you are healing. And the more you heal, the less power they have. You will wake up one day and realize they don't have a hold on you anymore. Their words don't affect you. Their absence doesn't hurt. Their attempts to control you are laughable. That's when you'll know you're truly free. And let me tell you, nothing scares a narcissist more than a person they can no longer control. Because once you heal, once you rise, once you reclaim your power, there is nothing they can do to bring you back. Your peace is priceless. At the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is your peace, not their opinion, not their reaction, not their games, just your peace. And if someone is constantly disturbing that peace, they don't deserve access to you. For too long, you've put their needs before your own. You've sacrificed your happiness to keep the peace. But here's the truth. Peace that requires you to suffer isn't peace at all. It's control. It's manipulation. It's a slow destruction of who you are. Real peace, it's waking up without anxiety. It's going to bed without replaying arguments in your head. It's feeling light, feeling safe, feeling free. And that's what you deserve. Hopefully, Dawn, Becky, all that out, and Chris said it, that peace. A narcissist wants you to believe that you can't have peace without them, that you need their validation, their approval, their presence. But that's the biggest lie of all. Because the moment you remove them, your world starts to breathe again. Think about it. How many times did you feel exhausted around them? How many times did you second guess yourself? How many times did you change who you were just to avoid conflict? That wasn't peace. That was survival. But now you don't have to survive. You get to live. You get to wake up and choose happiness. You get to set boundaries and feel no guilt. You get to be yourself without fear. And here's the best part. When you finally find peace, you realize just how much they stole from you. You see how much of yourself you lost. But instead of feeling anger, you feel gratitude. Because now you will never let anyone take your peace again. Peace is not negotiable. It's not something you sacrifice for the sake of keeping someone else happy. If someone disturbs your peace, they lose the right to be in your life, period. And the more you protect your peace, the more you attract the right people. People who don't drain you. People who don't manipulate you. People who love you for who you truly are. So when you're tempted to go back, when you start doubting yourself, remember this. Your peace is priceless, and no one who truly cares about you would ever ask you to destroy it for them. You fought hard for your freedom. You've walked through fire to get here. Now it's time to stand in your power, to own your worth, to protect your peace like your life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. When you fully step into your peace, that's when you'll realize you were never the weak one. You were always the strong one. You just had to see it for yourself. Your power is in walking away. At the end of the day, the most powerful move you can make, the one that truly dismantles a narcissist's world, is walking away and never looking back. No fights, no explanations, no last words, just silence. Because silence is the one thing they can't manipulate. It's the one thing they can't control. You see, a narcissist thrives on your reactions. They live for your attention. They need your energy, whether it's love or anger, joy or pain. As long as you're engaging, they still have power over you. But the moment you take that power back, the moment you choose yourself, they lose. And they know it. Walking away is not just about leaving them behind. It's about reclaiming yourself. It's about breaking free from their games, their illusions, their endless cycles of manipulation. It's about realizing that you don't need their validation, their approval, or their twisted version of love to be whole. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will question yourself. Yes, there will be moments where you feel the pull to go back. But let me tell you something. You are stronger than that. You have already survived their worst. And now it's time to thrive. When you walk away, you teach them a lesson they will never forget. You show them that you are not someone who can be controlled. You prove to them that their tactics no longer work. And deep down, they will hate it. Because nothing terrifies a narcissist more than losing the one thing they thought they'd always have, control over you. But this isn't about them anymore. This is about you, your healing, your happiness, your peace. It's about stepping into the life you were meant to live without the weight of their toxicity dragging you down. So stand tall, keep moving forward, don't look back, because the future waiting for you, the one free from manipulation, from chaos, from pain, is worth everything. And the moment you finally walk away, that's the moment you win.